Sale en 2,20 ha dicho, ¿no? 99 kilos que tiene que dar URS. Y está en 125. Preocupado.
I can't believe that this is classic. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Vaya animal. Es que es lo que os decía, este tipo está, yo creo que está más grande que Dino. No entiendo cómo no estás en Men's Open, tío. Pero es que mira qué gemelos. Es que el carnal va petado, tío. Si es que parece Thor. Bueno, ya hemos visto hace, hemos visto a URS. La verdad que espectacular. Estamos hablando del top 3, o sea, hoy el tridente. O sea, el top 3 es espectacular, lo mires por donde lo mires. Bueno, nuestro hombre URS en 125 kilos. Se va a medir el porcentaje graso, ¿vale? Kiko URS. Vamos a ver qué sale y vamos a ver el físico también. Pero tú fíjate, tío, Greg Doucet, que realmente este tipo está fuerte. Mira cómo queda al lado del oso. Midiendo la fuerza de agarre, ¿no? Esto no se lo den a URS, Digo a URS, sí, a Dino, que diga. Que lo revienta. Madre mía, tú. Pero si parece su hijo, tío. Ahora aquí URS con su hijo. Con su hijo de 45 años. Hostias. Es que es lo que digo, es que vaya. 125 kilos, tú. Bro, 125 kilos. Y es lo que hablamos, que tú mira a Doucet. Es que este tipo realmente está fuerte, macho. O sea, mira cómo queda al lado de URS. No se lo recuerdes. No le recuerdes que tiene que hacer el corte para Classic, que le va a dar algo.
He thinks he's gonna lose 55 pounds to make the weight.
35 libras tiene que bajar. Déjenme la calculadora, me estoy poniendo malo. A ver, sale en 2,20 ha dicho, ¿no? 99 kilos que tiene que dar URS. Y está en 125. Preocupado.
That's not even... Okay, we're gonna find out his lean body mass. And he probably
Haciéndosela de
has more muscle
Stefan.
than the weight limit. Don't know how you're gonna lose all this weight. Maybe you just stop the secret.
Ya veremos.
He stops training 3 months out from the Olympia. This is how he does it. I can't believe that this is classic. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Vaya animal. Es que es lo que os decía. Este tipo está, yo creo que está más grande que Dino. Está más grande que Dino ahora mismo, Lo que pasa que Dino, para mí, es más bonito. La cintura, sobre todo, no me la puedes comparar ahora mismo.
And just do a turn. I don't understand how you're not in Men's Open.
No entiendo cómo no estás en Men's Open, tío. Pero es que mira qué gemelos. Y las piernacas. Luego con bracitos de alambre. ¿Cómo? No, pero los brazos también, ¿no? Van a ir mejor. Pero es un bicho, tío.
I mean, honestly, you're way bigger than I expected and leaner than I was expecting at this kind of a size. It doesn't make sense.
Madre mía, chaval.
Are you guys seeing this? What is even happening right now? I mean, I'm gonna say...
Es que el carnal va petado, tío. Si es que parece Thor. Bueno, Thor. Es que parece un vengador, macho. El padre de Thor. Madre mía. Es mi tío en 125 kilos.
11%?
Really? That low?
I don't know how we're gonna pinch the skin on this. There's so much muscle, but we'll try.
Sí, se ha comido al otro URS, Vamos a ver qué sale de grasa, porque es que va a ser realmente... Va a ser realmente bajo, Es que aquí os vais a dar cuenta de la movida. Os vais a dar cuenta de la movida, porque el porcentaje de grasa que... Porque es que esto que nosotros vemos... Claro, tenemos al URS ultra rajado y vemos esto y decimos, está en volumen. Perdona. Está más definido que cualquiera de nosotros en nuestro prime.
Add them up and then look on the chart. Simple as that. So far, so good. And the tricep, we're going halfway between shoulder and elbow. Relax.
Mi mejor definición, ¿sabes?
Not much on the tricep. Jeez. 4.8. All right, let's see the back. This is my weakness. This is where I hold all my fat. All right.
Ahí va.
Subscapula.
Píllale ahí un poquito.
For
¿Cuánto?
this size, this is not a lot.
11.
11.1. Oh my goodness, there's hardly anything here. That's very low. We got 5.5. I can't believe that you weigh 275. How close do you think I was to 11? Do you think it's higher, or do you think it's lower or higher than my 11?
Higher.
You're predicting higher?
Yeah, 13.
10.3.
Shut up.
10.3% body fat.
10,3 de grasa corporal. Hay 125 kilos, tío. Para que os deis cuenta de lo que hace esta gente para entrar en el peso. Es que literalmente se quita músculo.
275 pounds.
Fuck.
Well, how could you have more fat? It's all muscle, like. All right, so now we're going to calculate his fat-free mass, as in, if.
Pero, brother, es que vamos a calmarnos un momento. Vamos a calmarnos. Este carnal está fuerte. O sea, está bastante más fuerte que casi cualquiera de nosotros. Y míralo al lado de Urs.
If I cut out all the body fat on his body and just had muscle remaining, we're gonna find out how much muscle you have on your body. And so get this, I mean, this is just comedy to me. He's actually trying to convince you that he's doing classic. This is his coming out party. URS isn't going to open, everyone. It's newsflash. He's not in classic.
I see the news flash.
And so if he didn't make any improvements to his physique, you stop training right now, and we just cut off all your body fat, you would be on stage with 0% body fat, which is physically impossible, 246 pounds. So you have to lose 26 pounds of muscle.
We need to make it possible.
To make it down to 220.
Fuck.
So if I were your coach, I would say take the next 6 months off and start training a couple months from the Olympia. Because what's the point of training when you're putting on muscle that you have to remove? What do you think about this? Men's, are you aware of this? Men's
Vaya palo le acaban de
they
dar.
have height and weight classes after this year's
Yeah,
Olympia.
they get it. I just watched it recently and
Ostras, va a dar su opinión sobre lo de men's.
I'm a fan of it, honestly, because I met some guys in men's physique. They were 250,
Yeah, they're too big.
and that's way too big.
So I think it's a step in the right direction. My only problem is, does that not
Acabo de
immediately
alucinar, tío,
tell every single guy competing in men's physique they're not allowed to train legs?
No, because Jim also said 2 hours after the post, he said like, okay, everybody come.
Se tomó muy en serio, lo de que le faltaban 2 kilos para dar el peso límite.
Comes up with this topic about legs,
Yep.
and they also gonna
Quiso asegurar.
reward good legs, because when they see lagging lower body, also throughout the trunks, you know, the longer ones, they say, hey, it's not comparable.
Y ya os digo que, por ejemplo, Dino se está reservando.
I can
Incluso
tell
yo
you
creo
as
que Dino
a
también podría llegar a
certified
120
bodybuilding
kilos.
judge and someone whose judge shows, the judges are not looking at their calves and how their legs form under the shorts, because you could buy tighter shorts and it's going to look more filled out. So I think it rewards the bodies that naturally have smaller legs.
What's your
My solution is
yeah.
the judges should just judge appropriately. You line everyone up and you say, you're too big, last place, you're way too big, last place. Simple. And so I would say, I love your physique, I would trade places in a heartbeat, I want you to win, but you're getting last place because you're in the wrong class. I think that's as easy as it has to do. I don't think the height and weight really is going to help that much. Once or twice.
upper body with a bit
Like,
of
why not have a bit of a
teardrop?
tighter? Yeah, exactly. I'd like to see a little bit, like halfway down the leg.
Yeah.
I don't need to be posing trunks.
Dino
but
sí, desde que acabó el Olimpia duerme una
Or they
máquina.
need like very
Duerme boca abajo como un murciélago.
posing trunks, or very tight posing trunks.
Duerme colgado como un
You
murciélago, Dino, desde
can see it better.
desde el Olimpia.
What I always wanted to know how you started with this whole thing. How you started bodybuilding.
I started lifting weights with my dad, my twin brother, when I was 10 in the basement.
Ahí
with,
está,
like, the
Duset.
old,
Le ha
like,
metido
plastic
directamente
weights with the cement.
a la de cardio.
And then
A
I
bajar,
just
gordito, a
loved it.
bajar.
I'm like,
Vaya
I'm gonna
animal,
do that
tío.
one day. My dad's like, there's no way you
Que
can
mira,
do
qué
bodybuilding.
cachetada me
All I
lleva.
ate was junk. I
look at
just
his arms.
concentrates a certain way. That way he doesn't overtrain the body, he doesn't get.
Si es que el problema, tío, es, vale, ha hecho toda esta subida, pero, tío, luego los brazos le va a pasar lo mismo. Porque es que realmente la subida que ha hecho, digamos, ha puesto masa muscular en general, pero los brazos siguen atrasados.
Injured. He
Es
can
el
keep training
problema de
into his
Urs, tío.
40s,
Que
no
Urs en
problem.
cuanto saque unos brazos un poco más grandes,
Worked best for you.
I think
But
it's
Yeah.
somewhere
your
in the
whole
middle.
career.
va a estar
Was
perfecto.
it the high volume stuff or
Porque las
like
piernas son una
everybody's doing now,
locura.
the high
O sea, el tren
intensity
inferior
sets?
es de los
I think-
mejores.
Back of thing.
I think it's a
Pero
bit
la
of
parte
both. I
de
think that if
arriba
you-
es lo que...
You can't
Yo le
train
diría
with the
brazos y
intensity.
dorsal, ya
You
está.
train with too much
Porque el
intensity, you
pectoral es
can't get that
brutal.
volume. Somewhere in between. I think it's got to be
Hombros iguales,
compromised.
una locura los hombros de
And I
URS.
also
Los
think it's
pectorales y los hombros de
important to
URS son una
match up
locura.
what you like doing. So I 100% recommend using soreness as a guide. So what I would say, if you're sore, you went too hard automatically.
Okay.
Anytime you're feeling sore the next day, that DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, gone too hard. Then train easier than last time.
Okay.
Narrow it down. Now, if you train and you're not sore at all, but you're making gains, then do that. Because that's the minimum amount of work you need to do to make progress. Why would you train harder? Progressive will roll from there.
No, pero fíjate aquí lo que están hablando del entrenamiento.
But if you're not making any progress and you're not sore, train harder than last time.
Okay.
That's the best.
Ya,
That's the
diferencia de
best
piernas
way,
es
and the
brutal,
easiest way to just go into the gym and guide your own training if you don't have a coach. I try to keep my elbows as close to the sides as possible.
Just look at those guns.
With wing a little bit, if you don't cheat
La
at
ha
all,
cortado
you're
bien Reducet.
limiting how far you can go. Like if you do perfect technique, like people will be like, oh, I need perfect technique. No one lifts like that. In the real world, no one does perfect technique with no weight. If you swing a little bit at the end, the cheat reps. And so in reality, if you see someone training with picture perfect technique from the first rep to the last rep, they're just training too light. Sorry. Like
Good
you're
work.
saying, oh, great job, perfect technique.
Yeah.
But you're only putting
Fíjate al
30
dato.
pounds on the bar instead of 100. That's why it looks perfect. When you put on more weight, it starts to get sloppy. All right, so
Que es normal, es que es por
Try to
inercia.
guide me here.
Estás
Do
cogiendo
you
una
want
carga
me to have
pesada,
my
es que
foot
es
up?
imposible que lo hagas
whatever's
estricto.
comfortable.
Porque es cuestión
Literally,
de que
it
el peso
doesn't
no te
matter.
deja.
If you feel good like this and you want
Es
it
así de
like,
simple.
or you feel
Pero es
good
que es
like
por
this,
pura
just do
inercia.
what you need to
No es
do.
porque
You want to keep your core
vayas a
tight.
hacer...
You
I like
want
to
this
put the hand here also.
that can brace
This one.
yourself, get
O sea, al final es como en un curl de bíceps. Si pones solamente, yo que sé, la barra, pues eres capaz de subirla así, ¿sabes? Pero es que en cuanto empieces a meter peso, no quiere decir que el movimiento este es porque estás haciendo alguna trampa o no. Es que es por la inercia. Es que es lo que tu cuerpo naturalmente te lleva a hacer porque es una carga que la estás desplazando ya muy pesada por delante de tu cuerpo y de una manera tienes que compensar. Pues así es con todos los ejercicios. Es decir, hay que buscar...
more leverage.
Stay really tight.
Important to have that at least at 90 degrees. Some people, if you're only going like this, you're not getting the most out of it. You want to get some stretch.
Well,
Flex.
I
Al
always
final hay que
have
hacer
like
cada
here,
ejercicio lo mejor posible,
Little
pero
pose,
con la inercia
there.
que
And
corresponda
then
al
maybe
peso
when
que
I
estás
start my
moviendo, que
chicos, I
puedes
go a
mover.
little bit more, like, but always have a little break in the squeeze.
And so for me, I'd rather have two arms. That's just my personal. It
Good
doesn't mean
point.
there's
Sí que esto al final lo hemos hablado muchas veces a la hora de entrenar, que tú vayas con tu compa a lo mejor puedes ver que a lo mejor como que tira más, pero está rebotando mucho, ¿sabes? Pues tampoco es que tire más, sino que se está aprovechando de ese rebote.
anything wrong with it. But for me, if
Más de
you're
lo que
trying to save
debería.
times, just do them at the same time. All right, this is going to give you a
Pero al
really
final,
good stretch in the triceps.
Yeah.
You
Tienes que
really will
entrenar
feel that
como-
flexibility.
We don't have that machines.
I have
where
a really
I train.
tough time
Sin
keeping
cortar
my
tanto el
elbows
peso.
like this,
It's
you
tough.
know.
So, I mean, you're supposed to
Ese es
keep
el
it really
tuyo para
tight,
hacerlo
but
bien.
I automatically have to go out.
But here it is great. It's working good.
Buah, fíjate cómo se le
So
ven
you
los
try-
tríceps tú, chaval.
Keep your elbows close together as much as possible, but everyone has different genetics. Some people are able
Los
to do
brazos
it
no se ven
closer
nada
than
mal,
others.
Urs.
It all depends on the person that's doing it.
Los
And so,
chocapic,
do your best to
se han
keep it
ido
close,
ahí
but
al
if it's
bracito,
starting to flare out a little bit, it's perfectly okay.
Los
And
galletas
so
de
for me,
dinosaurio.
I have
Que si Duset sería el equivalente a Carrasco. No. Carrasco es...
beans and I put more weight on one side than the other.
Mucha más
For a
floritura.
warm-up set, I typically recommend you should be getting 15 reps, and it shouldn't be hard.
Es que este tío, ya te digo, la edad, macho, la madurez.
If
es
you
que
can
va-
only get 10, then it's not a warm-up.
parte
It's,
por todos
it's too
lados.
hard. But if it's so light that you could go all day, then what do you just do? So put a weight that is taxing, but not taxing enough that it's going to make you tired for your next set. To be perfectly honest, when I was 100% natural, I didn't need to warm up as much when I started using performance-enhancing drugs.
Amigo, claro, que si utilizas mandangón, como al volverte más fuerte, tus
There,
tendones...
if you're starting, not that you should, and remember,
tienen
don't
que
break the law,
adaptar.
all that good stuff. But if you are, be very careful when you're trying to lift heavier weights because your muscles are going to get very
Claro, es que
strong
al
very
final
quickly, but the
los
tendons,
tendones es
ligaments, they
como
can't
algo
handle
mucho
that
más
load.
progresivo,
And so please
mucho
warm
más-
up effectively, and it's better to do one
Tiene que ir
extra warm
adaptando.
up than one warm up too few. I never made $1 competing as a pro, and I did multiple pro shows, so I knew there was no money in being a professional bodybuilder. What being a professional bodybuilder gives you, it's kind of like the respect and it's achievement.
ya lo
and
hemos
it's kind of
hablado.
like having your PhD. As soon as you have that PhD, it's like,
Bastante bien esa explicación, me ha gustado, Duchet, como tener tu doctorado, el ser profesional.
oh, now you're a respected doctor, PhD. And when you have an IFBB Pro card, you're automatically given the respect of being like, okay, he was able to put in the work and dedicate himself to get shredded and to build
Está
that
bien
physique.
respondido.
And so everyone that's looking to hire you as a coach automatically has that respect. Versus if you're an amateur, you're not at the same level as if you're a pro. And so what I did was I tried to market myself to as many people around the world. I maximized the amount of people I could coach in my area. My prices had gone up fivefold because my demand was so much higher and I could only coach so many people. So I was coaching 64 people at a time at one.
Al final, esto cuando yo os comento lo de Fit Generation, lo de entrenador personal y demás, que os digo que es un poco lo que hay que hacer, es que esto es lo que os comento siempre, el tema de las redes sociales, que es algo que os va a potenciar mucho más por el hecho de que, claro, os ve mucha más gente y luego ya dependiendo un poco, pues lo que dice él, ¿no? Ya es que si eres profesional, digamos, si es como tu doctorado, que hace que captes un montón más de clientes, aunque bueno, también el mismo trabajo que hagas con otros, o sea, no tienes que ser tú directamente profesional, pero si tienes clientes con físicos que has construido tú muy buenos, también es una buena carta de presentación.
Point, I was working like 16 hours some days. It was just, I couldn't do it.
So with back training, do you prefer more training the width or the thickness?
They should be equal. There should be no preference given to one or the other.
Because
They're
I see a
equally
lot of
important
guys
to me.
doing like, this day I just focus on width, this day I just, is it?
I think it's
old
nonsense.
school, yeah.
It would be like saying, I'm going to train chest, I'm focusing on lower chest, and the next day I'm going to do upper chest.
Yeah, true.
It's chest. Like
It is.
it's back day. We're doing all the back. So for me, I only need 1 or 2 warm-up sets, but if you're training like super heavy, you might need 3, 4, even 5 warm-up sets. Especially if you're going for like 5 rep maxes, you need to warm up a lot more.
As well, right?
So typically, I fail between 10 and 15 reps on my hard sets.
Yeah.
That gives me a
That's
good
good.
chance to push hard, time under tension, and avoid getting injured.
Entre 10 y 15, más tirando a esas 15. O sea, como luchando por esas 15 y aunque luego te quedes a lo mejor en 12, 13. Pero ese es un buen rango para acabar haciendo un buen fallo muscular bueno, ¿sabes? De que controlas el peso, de que toda la tensión se la está llevando el músculo y como controlas el peso, cada repetición te va costando un poco más hasta que llegas ahí a...
70 pounds, there it is.
Pero luego también es cierto que hay que también jugar con la carga, ¿no? Y ir a reps de 8, más pesadas.
I don't know why this feels so much better with the grip.
It's so
What is it?
smooth, the
What
grip
is
is
it?
solid. It just feels good in your hands.
Yeah. It is,
Fíjate, se da cuenta,
it
chiquito
is the
Urs.
hand which gives you so much more
Este
muscle.
grip ya le hemos
And
hablado muchas
even
veces.
switching your
Va muy
grip
bien.
ever slightly, like if it's inside versus pronated or supinated, can make a big difference in how the back feels. But my best word of advice, pick this grip that you like the most and stick with it.
It is, yeah.
Whatever makes you happier, you're going to keep doing it. If you hate gripping this way and you like this way, well, do
De las
it the way you
competiciones
like.
no se gana nada,
You have to
chavales.
like your training. It might be the best
It is.
exercise in the world, but if you don't enjoy doing it,
No se gana nada porque básicamente tú tienes que hablar de beneficio, ¿vale? Cuando hablamos de al final ganar dinero. Y si tú inviertes en una preparación 2.000 o 3.000 euros y has quedado tercero y te dan 2.000 o 3.000 euros, pues ganar no has ganado nada. ¿Sabes lo que te quiero decir? Tú tienes que mirar el beneficio real y al final el beneficio lo puedes sacar un primer puesto. O sea, al final el primer puesto podría llegar a tener beneficio. Y tampoco, por así decirlo. O sea, casi que te cubre porque un Open necesita muchos más gastos. También es cierto que depende de tu nivel. Si tienes un nivel muy hecho, evidentemente no vas a tener que gastar tanto porque ya tienes ese nivel. Solo tienes que mantenerlo. Y entonces es mucho menor. ¿Sabes?
you're not going to go hard.
Yeah, also with this whole volume
Entonces al final el
topic
culturismo como
about
tal de
2
forma
sets or
directa
5 working sets.
te da
And you love to do
para
10
nada
sets
o
of
para
squatting,
mantener.
go for it.
If you want to do 10
Quedarte
sets of
en tablas.
squats, just don't go to failure.
A nivel de
Yeah.
Because if you
gasto-beneficio.
go to, you can't go to 10
There
sets
is
of
this
squats.
10
10
times
It'd be
10
too much.
system, you know that?
O lo que hablamos, que puedas a lo mejor ser entrenador personal, por ejemplo, ¿sabes? Y quedando en buenos puestos, pues de ahí lo sacas. O sea, tú haces un tercer puesto ¿vale? Y aunque de esa competición no te saques un beneficio, pero sí te lo estás sacando después de cara a gente que tú tengas un servicio que dar y tengas, pues,
I
como
would put
dice
the
Eric, ¿no?
collars
tu
on to
título.
add up the pounds. I was very meticulous.
Yeah.
I couldn't get stronger for 3 months. I was overtraining, 10 sets of 10, and I was doing it every day.
Yeah, crazy.
I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, I would literally go in the basement and bench press.
Every day.
Every day.
Wow.
And it would never
I
went
did
up.
once a week and it was enough for me.
I was...
Normalmente los premios es del primero al quinto.
I like doing these. I do them
Yeah.
pretty much every back workout.
Me too.
I usually finish off my back workout with these because I find it easy in comparison to like rows or any of that
I
stuff.
love to start
so
with
like,
it.
you want to warm up the muscle, pre-exhaust
Get
a
a
little bit.
pre-exhaustion, yeah. And
Yeah.
you get a better connection.
So I've been training for 22 weeks.
0 calf day.
No ha entrenado a los gemelos en 22 semanas, tú. Mira cómo me los lleva.
These guys' calves are bigger than Brentley's. Do you know who Brentley G is?
No,
Brentley
I
G
just
was
don't.
572 pounds. He's 6'4",
Yeah,
and he's been on his weight loss journey. He's down to 457, but he's got like 20-some inch calves because
Es que vaya-
he carries
vaya
around
gemelos.
500 pounds.
That's it. That's
all
what I
day.
wanted to
so
say.
he has to have huge calf muscles.
That's what I wanted to say. I think, of course, it's genetic, but I was a fat boy
When you were younger.
When I was younger, and I did breakdance, and my teacher said to me, "Hey, you need to get off some weight to do all the power moves and all the stuff. You need to do."
Tío. O sea, Urs estaba ahí mamalón y quería breakdance el tipo. Y le dijo, claro, la profesora dijo, espérate, bájate unas libras,
Have a
carnal,
lower weight for it.
que sí, que el único
I
que te
was
va a salir
walking
es el de,
every day.
de dar vueltas.
I
Eres una
was
peonza.
joking about I don't have a driver's license for 25 years, so I grown those calves. But honestly, there is something real behind it because I need to walk every day. When I was big.
A ver, es que la mayor realidad que vais a escuchar con el tema de los gemelos es que como más sacas un gemelo es caminando, tío. Caminando en pendiente, o porque al final, si subes mucho de peso, tío, es que es una respuesta instantánea. Vamos a ver, si pesas 10 kilos más, los gemelos están todo el día soportando ese peso y estás caminando. Y si caminas mucho, pues los gemelos se van a desarrollar acorde al peso que tienes. Es que es así.
Fat.
O sea, vamos a ver, ¿cuánta gente con sobrepeso veis que tiene unos gemelos enormes? Todos, prácticamente.
When I was a child, every
gran
day
mayoría.
to the school back and to the school
Porque la
and back,
respuesta es así del
and my calves
del gemelo, tío.
improved significantly.
Y es lo que
you
hemos
have to
hablado, es lo que hemos hablado muchas veces. Es igual que si tú por regla general andas 6.000 pasos y pasas a andar todos los días 15.000 o 20.000, pues tus gemelos se van a desarrollar. ¿Por qué? Porque están haciendo el triple del trabajo que están acostumbrados a hacer. Y eso yo lo he notificado siempre que hago alguna preparación y me pongo a andar un montón y a correr algo y tal. Los gemelos crecen solos.
The fast twitch muscle fibers, they grow bigger
Yeah.
and faster, and they're stronger, more explosive. So a lot of people have genetically smaller calves, but for you, because you have such big calves, I believe that just genetically,
Yeah.
people with big calves
Entonces,
are
ahí vienen
born to
los
be bigger
pasitos
guys
de
with bigger
breakdance de
muscles.
Urs, ¿no?
I believe there's a
De los
direct
inicios.
correlation
Yeah.
between calf size and potential for bodybuilding
Yeah.
size in the end. Look at Flex Lewis.
It is.
These calves are
Crazy.
ridiculous.
It's crazy. Also, all the guys, I thought the same, but I don't want to say it loud because I don't have 37 years of experience behind my.
I say speak your mind, and if people disagree, then that's okay. What are we gonna do now? One-arm chin-ups? Please tell me you can't do a one-arm chin-up.
No.
I was like, if he does a one-arm chin-up,
But I can't do like.
world arm wrestling champion here. I
Oh,
never
25
could do
kilos,
it.
dude.
I tried all the swing, and I don't have the coordination.
Yeah, it's a lot of
levanta con una mano.
but I can't do it.
I was like, how hard
Yeah,
can it
well.
be? These kids are doing it.
Bueno, amigos, pues nada, ahí tenemos la actualización de Urs absolutamente terrible. O sea, menudo animal se ha quedado. Y vídeo interesante también, ¿eh? Vídeo para que lo compartan porque está bastante interesante, ¿no? Un poquito lo que ha dicho de Uset y demás. Y bueno, ya quitándonos cómo ha salido Urs.